Hi, everyone. Welcome to Pediatrics Neuro-Movement. My name is Stephanie. This month, we're working on balance and agility. And when we're talking about balance, I'm not just talking about being able to stand on one leg for 30 seconds. I'm talking about dynamic balance or your ability to recuperate your balance when you start to lose balance. All right. That's going to involve some eye exercises, some foot strengthening exercises, some hip exercises, and some core exercises. So all those things together. This month, you are going to need a yoga block or a step stool or something that you can place on the ground in front of you to essentially go down and tap. You'll also need this brain speed poster. I'm going to hold it up to the camera, but it is nice to, how do I say this? Print it out. You can find that at my website, zebrafishneuro.com/props. Scroll all the way to the bottom and there's a link there to download that. And you also, at some point, I don't think we're going to use this today, but you're going to need a weight, a hand weight, but you can also use like a filled water bottle. That works great too. Okay. Woo. We got all this stuff. We got everything we need. All right. Before we even do a check-in, we're going to start right away with this poster and we're going to do an agility exercise. All right. It's going to be a timed exercise. You're going to be performing 3 exercises based on what the poster is telling you to do. Okay. If the dot is on the right side of the line, and I know that's a yellow, maybe I have my other poster. I know that's a yellow color, it's hard to see, but if it's on the right side of the line, you're gonna have your yoga block and you're gonna take your right foot and tap your yoga block. Tap, okay? If the dot is on the the left side of the line, I hope I'm saying that correctly, you're gonna take your left foot and tap the block, okay? I don't know if this is backwards to me or you or whatever. If the dot is on the line, you're going to take both hands and tap your block. So it's going to be a squat or something like that. Okay. So right dot, left dot, center dot. Okay. You're going to go through the poster as many times as you can. So if you get to the end, you'll start over again at the top. Go through it as many times as you can for 1 minute. And this is going to essentially be your baseline performance, right? How many times did you get through the chart in 1 minute? And then at the end of the month, hopefully we'll improve your baseline. Okay, so some scientific method in this, right? Test, intervention, retest. Okay, so I'm gonna hit you for 1 minute. Are you all set up? You got your yoga block in front? I'm gonna hold the poster as steady as possible. Ready, set, go. You're halfway through. And time. Okay. If you really want to do this like scientific method, you're going to write down what your score was. And the way I like to note that is I go, how many times did you get through the entire thing? Let's say you got through it twice. And then you would say, but then I got through 4. So I'd go 2 plus 4. And that's your score. Okay. Is that something that you want to keep track of? Go ahead and write it down. Maybe make a note in your phone, whatever, because you know that you think in your head, you're like, oh, I'll remember that. Like, no, I won't remember. Yeah. All right. We're going to go ahead and do our little check-in here. We're going to end up doing that 2 more times, right at the beginning of class. So hang tight. We're going to do that a couple more times. And I think even today, you'll probably improve your score just through practice and then some of the vestibular drills that we're doing. You're going to start in your space. Take a moment to see how your feet are landing. Do you have a weight shift bias in one foot or the other? Do you have a weight shift bias in the forefoot or the heel? Do you have a weight shift bias maybe in one of the quadrants? We're getting more specific. And then I've even talked about if your feet were in sand and creating that footprint imprint in the sand, where on your foot creates the most like divot or imprint? Different for me today than it has been in the last couple weeks. Nothing changed. All right. Let's start with a little bounce. Bending the knees quickly, letting your arms jiggle, letting your belly jiggle, letting the jiggly bits jiggle, letting your ponytail wiggle. And then going into a little bit of a calf raise jiggle, if that feels right for you. If you want to hold onto the wall or a piece of furniture, of course, I get. And then if you're feeling really spicy, go for that full hop. Let the tongue stick out. All that stagnation and rigidity is just leaving you right now. For 5 more seconds. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Excellent. We're going to go into a VOR exercise next, the vestibular ocular reflex. So with this one, we're going to look at something at eye level in front of you, whether that's on your wall, your bookcase, the camera light, whatever. You're going to take your eyes, you're going to lock your eyes on the object, and you're going to turn your head right and left. All right, we're going to do about 30 seconds, 30 to 40 seconds worth. You can go as fast or slow as you need to, but keep the quality. All right, so we're holding on, find that object, and turn. Keep your eyes on the thing. Don't let your eyes skip around. Good. Some of you know yourself enough to be like, oh, I'm going to sit down for this one. Five more seconds worth. Rock on. Wash your face, put pressure on your eyes, do whatever you need to do for the reset. And then we're going to go through your agility again. Setting up your block if it got disturbed in that last little bit. Again, 1 minute. 1 minute, same rules. Toe taps, hand taps. As fast but as accurate as possible. I'm going to give you a little tip. If you keep your eyes on the poster when you drop down for the hand touch, you won't lose your place. Okay? Keep your eyes when you drop down. So that means booty's going to drop down, but maybe your chest stays lifted. All right, 1 full minute. We ready? Set, go. Thirty seconds left. Both hands need to touch that block. Both hands. And time. What's your score? Walk around the room. Figure out what your score is. If you need the poster again, I'll put it back up. You need to count the dots around. Give me a thumbs up if your score got better, sideways if it's the same, or down if it got worse. Ah, Lana got worse. Okay. Awesome. All right, see? Nice. Okay, shake it out. Find something in your room the color red. We're gonna go for your bounce again. Same thing, knees bounce, let the jiggly bits jiggle. Yeah. Good. And then adding the ankles. Yep. Nice job, guys. And then going into your little bunny hop or jump rope hop. And of course, you can stay with whichever bounce version makes sense for you. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. Nice, Mary. 3, 2, 1. Nice work. And release. All right, we're doing vestibular ocular reflex again. The head turns with the eye gaze. Nothing changes. Nothing changes. We're going to keep it simple for this first class today. So eyes are locked. Turning your head side to side. I also want you to think about, can you take your head further without losing your eye? Okay, so really taking the eyes to the corner of your face, stretching the moment. All right, I'm going to start the timer now. It's okay if you've already started that. This isn't really. Nice. Head turns, eyes stay steady. 1 or 2 more of those turns. Good. Wash your face, pressure on your eyes. All good. We have one more round. One more round. Third time's a charm. I like to do things in threes because the first time you're just figuring it out. The second time you're like, okay, I kind of got this. And the third time you're like, you crush it. Okay. Last time through, same rules, toe tap. So Bill, you came in a little bit late. You're just going to tap your foot forward. So if the dot's on the right side, that tap, left side tap, and then 2 hands tap down if the dot's in the middle. Okay. I think you have your poster somewhere if you want to use those. All righty. Ready, set, go. Match or beat that time that you had last time. That's it. Over halfway. Lana's crushing it. I think she's going to get a better time this time. Better score. This is good if you're competitive with yourself, but not as fun if you're not. Got about 5 seconds to go. 3, 2, 1, and time. Time. Walk around the room, figure out your score. Give me a thumbs up if your score got better, worse, or stayed the same. Awesome. Cool. Okay. What's interesting about that too is it's not necessarily that the other scores don't matter. Still keep those on your record as like 1, 2, and 3. We're going to do this 3 times every class. So that way you can kind of see, you know, is your best score the middle score and then you get tired by the third? That's also kind of, that's significant to note, you know, what's your endurance like? Okay. We're going to go to your bounce one last time. Bend the knees, let the things jiggle. I will. Yeah, I will. I'll send an email out today. And then heel lift if you're feeling spicy. And then full jumps if you're feeling real jumpy. If the jumping's not happening and the lower body bounce isn't happening, you can do some flats on your leg. All right, you can kind of jump with your arms a little bit. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Nice job. Walk around the room, find something green. And we have one more set of your VOR. No changes. Here we go. That's why this is best to do in groups. It's like the tedious work. Yeah. Okay. Eyes locked in, head turned side to side. Again, take that range of motion to a more extreme, even further than last time. And we'll go for about 40 seconds. If you're having trouble doing head turns as well, if you put your hand on your face or like your chin or your nose, and you can say, push your chin into your finger and then move your chin away from your finger, just that external cue might help as well. One more pass. Nicely done. Face wash, eye pressure, do what you need to do to reset yourself. If you need to sit down for a second, grab some water, please also do that. All right. I've divided these classes this month into essentially 3 sections. So we just finished section 1, phase 1. The second section is going to be a little bit of strength training for our hips, our knees, and our ankles, all of this complex that helps with stability. And then the last section will be on the floor. Okay. So for our strength section, we are going to be doing calf raises. Again, this work, it can be exciting sometimes and it can be tedious sometimes, but this is what the research is saying. So we're going to lift the heels up and lower the heels down. Okay. Nice and slow when you're lifting or when you're lowering down, especially. And when you are lowering down, try not to weight shift into your heels. I did that for I dramatized what that looks like, but try not to have weight go into your heels when you lower down. I actually recommend holding onto something. Like when I do these for myself, I hold on to something because it cues me to keep my weight a bit forward, right? If I'm not holding on to anything, I'm probably more likely to have my weight back. And I want the weight forward on the balls of your feet. We talked about a lot about that last month. When your weight shift is forward, you're more in your midline, you're more in your center. Okay. Yep. And we're going to go for about 20 to 25. You shouldn't be going much faster than what I'm doing here. So slow yourself down if you're going a little too quick. I want this to be mindful and strengthening for your calves and your feet. Yep. Oh, I forgot to mention, if you do have toe spacers, this month's going to be a really good month to use your toe spacers. I had them on earlier today and then I had to put my shoes on for a second, but yeah, I'll remind you at the beginning of class. Next thing. I'm going to go for about 4 more. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Excellent. Nice job. All right, we're going to grab your step stool or your yoga block next. With this one, the reason why I like using yoga blocks as well is because it's very easy to change the height of your target, right? With the yoga block, you can kind of just roll it to do whatever you want. Nice, Janet. So I'm going to recommend you start with the block or your thing in the tallest position. And then as you get better and better, or if you go through the set and you're like, oh, that's too easy, you can just turn it. Okay. For the first one, this is called the cowboy squat. Carry You know it. One of my favorites. So for a cowboy squat, you're going to have one foot forward of the other. So already we're in this sort of balanced predicament when we're in this offset position. Yeah. I do want your back heel elevated so that most of your weight is in your front foot. Okay. Your eyes can do whatever they need to do at the beginning, but I am going to give you more direction as we go along. So you're going to squat down and both hands are going to top your object, and then you can stand up from here. Yep. Okay. So we're going to go down. You're going to do 12 on each leg. Are you ready? Here we go. Drop 1. Drop 2. Keep that back heel elevated. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You got it. 8, 9, 10. Here we go. 2 more. We always feel like we need to finish at 10, but I'm going to give you those 2 extra, that overload. Nice job. Take it out. How was that? Your back foot gets some work, right? Keeping in that elevated position. Here we go. Same thing. Make sure that you're in a little stagger stance. Back foot is elevated. Here we go. Tap. 1, 2, 3. There you go, Janet. Nice recovery. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, I'm going fast. 9. I'm going to put it down a little bit. 10, 11, and 12. Well done. Nice job. All right, take that off the side. You know me, we're going to do these all 3 times. 3 times through. We're going calf raises again. A lot of feet, ankles, knees, and hips this month. All right, team? We're going to go double leg if you want to continue doing double leg. And I'm going to give you the second option, which is a single leg-ish variation. So you'd come up on both and then hook one leg behind to come down. And you're going to stay on the same side for 10 to 12 reps. And then do the other side, or do double foot for about 20 to 25 reps. All right, we got the pick your poison, single leg or double leg. You can use your hand here for a little bit of balance support, but try not to put your weight through it. Okay, make it happen all in your feet. Yeah. Nice. I think I've got one more on this side. I'm a terrible counter. Good. Switch to the other side. So we go double leg up, single leg on the way down. Double leg up, single leg. Or you do double leg for the same amount of time, same amount of reps, 20 to 25 reps. Nice. Up. 7. I'm going to go to the 12. Excellent. Shake it out. Do some ankle circles if you need to. All right, we got our cowboy squat again. Asking yourself, remembering, how did that one go? Was that tight, challenging enough for you? Okay. Need to change your block. You can change it. If you want it lower, you're just going to, so this would be on its tall side or its short side. Okay. Another thing to consider to make this exercise harder without changing the block is working more on the range of motion in your squat. So instead of hinging over to touch, making it more of an accordion fold. So you go back to the kind of old posture training that they used to, whatever, I don't know, at least in the movies or whatever, like holding a book on your head or a glass of water or whatever, you can imagine that. and thinking more of a drop in the accordion fold and then up. That way you can keep your eyes looking at something in front of you, right? You can keep that eye gaze up. There's like raise the eyes up, rise up kind of rhyming that we do, eyes up, rise up. So you ready? I'm blabbing now. I'm going on my tangent. Stagger yourself, back foot's elevated. Your feet are relative, like they're not super big in a stride. They're really close, but you're already balanced when you're in the stagger position. We're going to drop down again. Think accordion fold. Eyes are still up. Stand through. Then you're going to go to 12. Here we go. Drop. 2. 3. Good. It's like you're sitting on your heel back there. 4. Yeah, Jodine, that looks great. 5. 6. 7. 8. 9. 10. 11. And 12. Excellent job. Switch to the other side. We're going to go for 12 there as well. Drop in. Stand up. Five. 6. Nice job. Pushing through that back foot. 7. Eyes up. 8. You want to sit on your heel a little bit. One more. And 12. One of my clients calls those pencil skirt squats, if that helps the imagery. All right, we have one more set of your calf raises. I'm not going to change anything or offer anything new this time. 20 to 25 double leg, 10 to 12 single leg. Go nice and slow. Here we go. 1, 2, 7, nice. 8. If you're feeling yourself weeble wobble, eye off. 'Awesome. Switch to the other side when you're ready. 'Yeah, we got probably just a couple more. Hopefully everyone's sort of finishing up their set. No rush. Awesome. All right, we have one more set of your cowboy squats or pencil skirt squats, whatever imagery gives you a better execution. This time around, I'm going to be holding up numbers in the camera. If your camera is my level, this will work for you. If it's not at eye level, this is not going to work for you. At the bottom of your cowboy squat, I want you to say what number I hold on my hand, and I'll do it against my black background so it'll be easier. At the bottom of your squat, you tell me what number you see on the computer or like on the camera. Okay. Susan, you gotta, everyone have a good camera height for that. I think it looks that way though. It's pretty good. Okay. You ready? It's going to be like synchronized swimming. Everyone's going at the same time. Ready, set, go. Bottom of the squat. Good. Bottom of the squat. Say it out loud. Bottom of the squat. Go. I'm not going to give it to you too early. Go. Down. Mm-hmm. Down. Yep. Nice, Janet. And go. I'm going to give it to you when I see you drop. Yes, there you go. Drop down. Nice. You got two more. There you go, Carrie. Drop down right away. Drop. That's it. Good. Switch sides. Did you say it out loud? I didn't hear you. Okay. Silly joke. Okay, so you stand up. Don't wait for me to give you the number because I don't want you to see the number before you get to the bottom. Okay, ready? Drop down. Yep. Drop down. Good. Drop. That's it. Nice rhythm, Kenlin. Good. So much better team. Nice job. That was 0. Yep. And drop. 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 Good. Nice job. Shake it out. Walk around. Grab some water if you need to. You just finished your strength circuit. How was that? I think that was pretty good. Y'all kind of like kept on the same page. Nice job. All right, we're going to come down to the mat next. Coming on down to the floor for your last section here. We've got about 8 minutes, 9 minutes. We'll call it 10 minutes. Coming on down to the ground. Working on that. Everyone good? Brains are good? All right, I'm going to get to the ground like this. I'm going to forward fold, knees come down to the squat, and then all the way. Let's have you sit on the tops of your, go into a heel sit. Heel sit, stretching out the tops of your feet. You're going to take 3 breaths in your heel sit. You can wiggle a little bit. And then rock forward. Let's go ahead and sit in your toe sit. Get those pinkies to come out a little bit. Trying to stand on your, what we call met heads, metatarsal, the heads of your toes. 3 breaths. Rock forward. Let's go into the heel sit again. Oh, and I want to remind you too, every December, this will be my 2nd year doing it, but every December, I go through all of these, we call them rest postures or archetypal postures, these primal postures, and we go through and we evaluate ourselves and how comfortable they are. So that's something you want to do as well. I do that just on the Monday class. That's the theme for December. Great. All right, let's go ahead and swing those legs around. You are going to look at your back next. Roll on down. Get your feet flat on the ground. We're going to do some bridging here. If you get here early, just tap your feet on the ground so that they can start to bring some vibration and some proprioception to the bottom of your feet. Great. All right. Arms are down by your side, palms facing up, or you can have your hands on the front part of your pelvis for some more feedback, some proprioceptive feedback. Press your hips up towards the ceiling so that you're in your bridge. And before we move on from here, take a moment to just notice all the points of contact that you have on the floor right now. So obviously you have your foot, hopefully your whole foot. Maybe you've got the back of your arms. You have maybe the tips of your shoulder blades, maybe the top of your shoulders, the back of your head. And if you want to give any more specific about that, it's like where is touching the floor. Take one more breath to bring all that in. And then bring your hips down to the mat. Okay, let's go for that again. Press the hips up. What's making contact with the floor? This would be called your base of support. Okay, your base of support. It's like what is touching the ground right now? What is your foundation? The more foundation you have, the more passive balance you're going to have. Go ahead and bring your hips down. We'll do that one more time. Press up and hold. So yeah, you got more of your surface area touching the ground, the sturdier you're going to be. Okay. Now, what if you brought your feet a little bit into the middle towards one another? And let's remove a base of support here. We're going to take away the right foot, bring it into a tabletop position. So now you're in a single leg bridge. Your base of support got a lot smaller, and maybe the effort in your body got larger. Okay, bring that foot back down, bring the hips down, take them up. You remove the base of the support, the work, the effort has to increase. Press up, other leg, tabletop. Maybe one side feels easier than the other. Bring the foot down, hips go down. We're gonna work in alternating fashion here. Double leg hip press. Once you're in your bridge, bring one leg into tabletop. Notice what happens in your base of support. Do you start putting more energy into the arm? Or like what happens? What happens when you remove the base of support? Yeah, more weight goes somewhere else. Your core turns on. You swear. Something happens. Bring it down and press. March. Return. And down. We're going to do this for about 15 more seconds. Go at a pace that makes sense for you. That still allows you to collect data, right? This class is all about collecting data, sensing our environment, sensing our body, and then creating an appropriate response. Like if we were just to break it down, that's what it is, right? Sensing our environment, creating an appropriate response. Good, one more time. And release. Nice job. Let your feet go mat width apart and let your body rotate into that stretch a little bit. Those knee drop stretches that feel so good. These are never a bad idea. When we're talking about balance, your base of support is one of the factors that can influence your balance. Go ahead and roll over to the side and then press yourself up. We're going to move into a hands and knees position for quadruped. However you want to get there. Rock on. So if we were to think about, let's break this down even further than I was going to originally. If you had your hands on the floor with your fingers really together, notice how that feels in general. And then separate your fingers really, really wide and notice how that feels. Okay. The nuance of even just creating a bigger base of support within your hands, at least for me, feels a lot different. It feels a lot more sturdy. I feel like I can trust the ground a bit better. For those of you asking about what do toe spacers do for you, it does that. It makes your feet go wider, your toes go wider so that you have a bigger base of support. Okay. All right. But in this position here, we're going to go from 4 points, as they say in Australia, to 3 points, which is kicking one leg back. So now you're balancing on 3 points of contact to the ground instead of just your 4. Yeah. Go ahead and bring the leg in. Transfer the responsibility to something else to bring the other leg back. Nice. Alana, if you want to do this, either hands here or even just holding onto the chair, you can do it so you don't have to put pressure on your hands. Okay, go ahead. You should be moving back and forth. Back and forth. What does it take to have one of your basic support lead you? What has to happen? Or what happened? Do you fall? Yep. 2 or 3 more of those. Last one. Beautiful. Nice job. Heel sit or toe sit. Go ahead and sit back in some way and then roll out your wrist because that's a lot in the wrist. We're going to do one more version of that. We're going to take away another base of support. We're going to go from 4-point to 2-point. In yoga, I think they call this bird dog. In Pilates, they call it opposite arm and leg reach, which is exactly it. So we're going to reach your left leg out and you're going to float your right hand. And if you're feeling spicy, right arm also reaches. What happened? You took away 2 points of contact, got a lot harder. Yep. Bring it in. Switch to the other side. I always like doing the leg first. Leg, arm. And return. And you know, with this kind of stuff, especially at the beginning, when you just started trying to download it all, take your leg back. So when you went 4-point to 3-point, you're like, okay, got this. I'm about to take my right hand away. So what needs to happen in the rest of my body in order to make that a safe option for me? Yep. And bring it through. Go ahead and move from side to side. Don't wait for my cueing. You got it. Yeah. Yeah. Excellent. You're going to go for 4 more. 3, 2, and last one. Nice. Sit back, hips to heels in either your heel sit or your toe sit, and roll out your wrist. Nice. All right, come on up to a kneeling position. We're going to have 1 foot forward. Good. And I want us to just play today. We're not going to do anything super special here. I want us to just play on what it feels like to have the leg a little bit out to the side versus in a tightrope. Okay. So I want you to go from super tightrope to out to the side and move between those 2 positions. And whether that's like lifting up your leg and actually moving it, or you could do the little walk over. Yep. If you're feeling weeble wobbly, hands on your hips are nice to help you find your midline. Hands to heart. We talked about that last month. Hands to heart, find your midline. Eye lock in front of you, find your midline. Move your leg out to the side and then move it back to the center. Move it out to the side. Move it to center. Yeah. Something of that way. We're collecting information right now about our ability to be in this position and where is our sort of preferred placement for that foot? Where do we feel most balanced? Good. One more time. Great. And then switch to the other side here. I keep forgetting I have the camera down here, but y'all are up on the screen over there. We're going to do the same thing on the other side. Okay. Hands to hips, hands to heart. I would even say fists out to the side could be a good option. So if you were finding that the midline connection wasn't great for you, this is another strategy that sometimes works, but you have to make a fist and then bring it in. Yep. Just feeling that, visiting each of those options, which one feels most sturdy? You can also try with your foot really close, with your foot really far away. Different options. Yeah. Because you know we're going to be doing the like VOR drills and kneeling soon, yeah? Yep. Last one. Good, good. And then release out. All right, let's tuck your back toe, hands on the front side if you need it. We're going to push up to stand. Step together. If you get up quickly here, walk around your space and find something that starts with the letter B. Why can't, oh, bead. I found a bead. Great. Find something that starts with the letter R. All right, it looks like we're all made it up to our feet. Go ahead and bring it back to our station. And let's do a checkout. Close your eyes if that feels right for you. Where do you feel your weight shift? Is it on the right side, the left side, the front, the back? Is there a quadrant? Are you moving through all of them? When you're moving through all of them, is that the dyskinesia or is that because you're having postural sway? We can also ask that question. And then what's your overall vibe and connectedness to the ground? Do you feel like you're floating? Do you feel like you're grounded and rooted? Does it feel like there's air between you and the ground? Is there a reciprocation called yielding? Reciprocation of support and pressure? You can go through your bounce one last time. Here we go. Bounce. Let all that stagnation go. Let the heels lift if you're feeling good like that. And if you want to, you can also go for that hop. 15 seconds worth of bounce, either slapping your leg quickly or bouncing in the knees. There you go, Janet. Something. Let the thing bounce. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Nice job, everyone. Great work. Excellent job. I'm going to turn off the recording. If you have any questions, comments, or feedback, let me know.
Oh, that was hard, but great.
Great. Awesome. Love it.
I am dripping in sweat.
Fantastic. I love to hear it.
That was good.
All right, everyone feeling good?
Yep.
It was hard. And also, I couldn't even see the poster.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
That's why I said, like, please email it again, because instead of doing this stuff, I went and looked for it in my email and I couldn't find it.
Oh, and Jody,
was it a link or was it an attachment?
It was a link.
Bye.
Bye.
Oh, I was looking for an attachment.
Oh, yeah.
No
It was like
wonder.
a button. It's like a button, like download now. Yeah, it's like a permanent URL that I find.
Oh, okay. So I probably have it.
Yeah.
But I just wanted to say, like, maybe a show of hands. Who took Pediactive's annual survey online? Susan, good. Nobody else? Okay, so there's possibly a reason why your class got kind of de-emphasized, because if people don't return those surveys to Pediactive, they don't know what's going on in these classes. So
Yeah.
it was absolutely not too late to communicate with them, but just for your information.
Yeah, I know that they also look at numbers too. I have no idea what the numbers on that is. So I don't know what the numbers the classes are getting.
The numbers should be correct because since you're logged in as Pediactive, they have a record of how many people came to each class.
Yeah. I don't know if they were going off of numbers as well. Like, that's what I'm saying is I don't know what some of the other remote classes are getting for attendance.
The huge groundswell of protest from your students should mean something.
We'll see what happens.
Bring Stephanie back. Bring Stephanie back.
All right, team. Well, we'll look at the email, send some stuff out, and see you all next week. Rock up. Okay. Take care. Have a good one. Oh, this is why my computer is doing funny things. Okay. Bye.